Hello, hi now beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mrs. Lard. Yes, you can call me Mrs. Lard. I'm back again with another video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Share my content, like, subscribe, and do all those lovely stuff. I am back in Dublin. I was in Botswana for a while, for almost 8 months. And I'm going to sit down and talk about things that I find a bit of a challenge while I am back in Dublin and trying to do or develop things back home. I have been in Ireland for almost 15 years, and if you look at my content, I do both content here in Dublin and then back home when I was home for the 8 weeks. Anyway, if you have seen my content, I am building a house back home, and I'm going to sit down and talk to you about things that, excuse me, 1 second, I need to angle this. I am going to sit down and talk to you about things that are a bit of a challenge while you are trying to improve things home, while you're building, and things that I find a bit of a challenge to me as somebody who is very much invested in trying to improve things back home and live almost a double life. I feel like my life is double because I have a home in Dublin and I have a house in Botswana as well. So if you look back at my videos, I have still in a process of trying to finish up my house. My intention was to build this house into an Airbnb because I don't live there. My son is here, my mom has her own house, my family are quite comfortable in their own homes. So this house has been vacant for a very long time. For some time I felt like I might have neglected the house because I wasn't sure what to do with the house. So it stayed for a very long time idling without any kind of a process. So when I went home, I looked at my possibilities. My intentions is to sell this piece of land or the house because it's a complete house, or to rent it, or to do a business on it. So I sat down with people that were engaged into hospitality. I have my auntie who is running an Airbnb in Gaborone, and I had to sit down with her and say to her, what are the chances of me making money out of this house? And she gave me some ideas, which I think I'm gonna have to look at those and decide I'm going to turn this house into an Airbnb. So now let's talk about the challenges that I face while I'm trying to develop my land back home. First of all, the most painful thing is having to invest money and people are stealing from you. Yeah. So there is a video that I uploaded saying that I had people coming in and stealing my equipment. The same thing happened again this week. This time around, I had electricity being mounted to whatever equipments that are meant to supply electricity into my house. It's been months waiting for the government or the private sector that is providing electricity to us to have electricity provided for us, but for some reason there has been delayed. Anyway, just bear with me 1 second. So anyway, if this comes across as a bit of a rant, I do apologize. But I feel like YouTube has come to me as a source of refuge. I come here to talk about my feelings. I come here to talk about ideas. I come here to talk about living abroad. I come here to talk about being home in Africa. I have shared my videos across my travel around across the Europe and Africa as well. So why do I feel like I have to keep things that I feel I need to share them with you? So if this comes across as a rant, I do apologize, but I do content in Africa, and I do content in Dublin as well. So welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please stay. I don't usually talk like that, but I've been really upset in the last couple of weeks because I couldn't even do content. My mood was a bit low because I feel like, wow, what am I doing all these things for? But thank you so much for watching. So, as I said, I had people last week coming into my house and ripping off literally every piece of electricity equipment, from cables, from plugs, so from everything that has to do with electricity. They ripped it off the wall of the house, an incomplete house. And that has made me really sad and sit back and thinking, is this really worth it? Is it worth me being here and me trying to invest in Africa and yet people are stealing? So like this Airbnb will probably create 3 jobs or 4 jobs for people. Somebody who's gonna come in and do gardening, who's gonna come in to clean the rooms, who's gonna come in to do the reception, you know. And I feel like it's such a drawback about these kind of issues. A lot of people are very ambitious and they want to come to Europe to make money, to go back and build, but we don't talk about what makes us eventually give up and say, you know what, things in Africa are not working, things are just not progressing. You could be fortunate, maybe you have a family member living in your house, but they still could possibly steal from you as well. So now, what do we do in these kind of situations? It's really heartbreaking to just have to experience having somebody coming in and taking almost everything. Now, like I mentioned, I'm still waiting for my electricity to be installed. The Botswana Power Corporation has been such a pain in the so I've been waiting for them to have that installed in my house. In the process of me doing that, I have no security. My intentions was to have cameras, but I can't have cameras if I don't have electricity. So it's like a loop. And then the other thing is I intend to have alarms system in the house. But with the alarm system, I also need electricity. You know that my problem here is the delay that has been caused by the VPC. So, wow. So, yeah. The other challenge will be if I made to decide to turn this into a business and running a business from a long distance relationship with the people that I'm going to be running business with me, is trust issues. So obviously I'm going to employ people. So having to be on people on the phone and trying to organize stuff on the phone is not an easy thing.
If you would honestly have this person looking after your project, it could be maybe, like I said, ceiling or putting ceiling up on the wall, and you trusted this person and you know that they can do a better job, but only to find out this person doesn't know nothing about installing any kind of equipment in the house, and they damage your house so bad. And the cost of having to redo this again, and you know, it can create a sense of just give up, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Should I just give up or maybe sell the house? But what do I do with the money if I were to sell the house? I don't know. But I do. The reason why I'm doing this, I have a very unique passion that we, the Africans, are the one who can actually build Africa. Let's not rely on our outside people to expect them to have any kind of interest or any genuine interest in us. We are the only people that can develop where we come from.
So you might think, why can't I involve a project manager? If you are a project manager somewhere in Botswana, please holler at me. I don't know. I think it's because I felt like it's expensive. And I do regret, I might have involved a project manager to run my project and have to only refer to just one person at a time. But really, project managers are in Botswana, they are the builders themselves. So yeah, I should have involved somebody to have an overseer, and I pay them to look over my building, but I can't afford that. Another challenging thing is that you will have a project. Like right now, I'm trying to have tiles on the floor and have a clear floor. And when I left home, I had a quotation and I knew how much money I'm going to be spending on this. And when I sent money home to get these equipments or these tile beam boards, there's more money to be to invest in it again. There's always changes all the time. You might say, for instance, I have budgeted that I'm going to spend €1,000 on tile. I'm just giving an example. When you sit down at the end of the project, you would find that the budget has gone almost double or even more than that. It's almost 3,000. I'm like, but the quotation, why is this money almost double what I planned to do? So yeah, you kind of need to plan, but I suppose that's the best thing you could do, is just go on and do play, because if you delay it, the cost is gonna go up in that